So, do you remember that January the 6th riot? Yeah, that was fun times. And though many of the attendees blamed Antifa, we find out that many of the terrorists were of the swine variety. The police union in DC has said that over 140 officers were injured during the Capitol riot, so one might describe this as cop-on-cop violence. And so it's time to name them and shame them. And boy, do you have quite the list here, because you've had officers from all over the country and in places that you might not expect. Like, for example, Seattle in Washington State has had 6 officers who were caught down at the Capitol riot, and that includes a husband and wife pair who were both police officers. And then if you go to the Houston Police Department in Texas, they had an 18-year veteran named Tam Pham who resigned shortly after there were federal charges levied against him. Also in Texas, you had Bexar County Sheriff's Deputy Lieutenant Roxanne Mathai, who posted a video of herself on Facebook near the Capitol and saying some pretty crazy stuff. And then over in New Hampshire, you have the Troy Police Chief, who is David Ellis, who is facing calls to step down because he attended that violent rally. And then you had a sheriff in Oklahoma in Canadian County named Chris West, who, despite denying involvement in the Capitol riot, there were in fact social media posts that were pretty suspect. And then over in California, you had an LA County Sheriff's Deputy who admitted to being at the Capitol riot. And if you think that's all from Los Angeles, we also find out that there were an additional 3 LAPD police officers who were also at the Capitol riot. Or how about your boy Thomas Goldie, who was once a police officer in Pennsylvania with the Zellenople Borough Police Department, whose wife uploaded a picture on Facebook of this man attending the Capitol riot. And he is seen at the US Capitol wearing a Trump beanie that says Trump 2020 F your feelings. Or how about in Virginia, where you had not 1 but 2 police officers with the Rocky Mount Police Department whose names are TJ Robertson and Jacob Fracker. And if you have any doubt as to the guilt of these 2 police officers from Virginia, well, one of them, who is Jacob Fracker, made a Facebook post that is now deleted. And in that post, he made a political statement that read, quote, "The right," as in the political right, "in one day took the effing US Capitol. Keep poking us," end quote. In fact, an Associated Press survey of law enforcement agencies nationwide found that at least 31 officers in 12 states were being scrutinized by their own departments for their behavior at the Capitol riot, and or are facing criminal charges, and or were convicted for their behavior at the riot. So it would appear that police officers are correct. There is a rise in crime, and I guess it's not very hard for them to tell if they're the ones participating in the crimes. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow. Until next time, horns up, peace out, good night, and good luck.